multi-time Olympic medalist, third
Gold
fastest,
medalist.
Yeah, gold medalist, of course, two-time gold medalist, third fastest woman ever in 100-meter sprint. Legend.
I'm wondering what Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce is really cooking. I am wondering what she has up her sleeve. Yes, man, I know that you want to hear from Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. You want to know what the deal is. You want to know what's the next move. You want to know, where will she be going? Where will she be running next? Where will she be, participating, if you please? With what is next for Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce? Yeah, man. So right now, I have the scope. I will tell you what I want. Yeah, I will be telling you what is taking place with the legend, with the queen, with that girl Shelly-Ann. You get what I say, people? Yeah, man, big up on yourself, man. We're going to talk about the queen, we're going to talk about the legend, the final hurrah, and I'm going to make you know what go on. And of course, we'll also keep you up to date on what is taking place, when it take place, when it happen. On us, on ready feet? On ready feet? On ready feet? You sure on ready feet? Alright, here I go on now. So viewers and subscribers, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining us in another one here on the Coach's Desk. We appreciate you being here. And of course, we certainly ask that you, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Now, let's get into the details of what we want to talk about in this one. We will be talking about the legendary Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce and what to expect for the remainder of the season. So let's jump right into it. Several persons have been asking, where is Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce? Because the last time she competed, it was at the national trials when she made the 100 meters team. And the persons have been wondering, when will Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce be touching, when she'll be touching the track again? Yeah, and they certainly want to know. But at this juncture, I have some information to give to you. And this is in episode 7 of the feature and the series, That Girl Shelly-Ann. Of course, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce has been making the rounds. She did a very fabulous interview in the Marie Claire's magazine, and she certainly spilled a few things. She spoke about, what transpired in Paris. And also, she was in a clip at the West Indies versus Australia game with her son Zion. So, of course, Shelly-Ann, as always, she certainly remains in the spotlight. But since fans have been asking about Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce's future and what will transpire before the her final game in Tokyo, that's a World Championship game, what is next for Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce? What will she be doing as she progresses into that final hurrah, if you please? She certainly will be moving into Europe. Yes, she'll be moving into Europe in August with her team, and she certainly has a few meets that she will be competing in. Yes, she'll be competing in Budapest. She'll be competing in Belgium, or she'll be competing in Zurich, and that certainly will be throughout August. I mean, moving closer to Tokyo is certainly a good thing. Several of our athletes are actually in camp in Europe, and I think that is very good, where they can actually, do what they need to do, and it will be an easier trip from Europe to Tokyo rather than being in Jamaica and have to move towards that destination. So that is a good look where the athletes are concerned. So with that said, I do believe that Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce and her team, they're being very specific. They're being very meticulous in how they go about doing their stuff, because at the end of the day, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce is a veteran in the game. She's a legend. She has done several world championships, and I mean, they wouldn't want to put her in a lotto race or several races, and then when it comes to Tokyo, she is not able to produce for those 3 rounds. Also, they want to ensure that she has races in her legs because you don't want her to be sitting around just training, and not getting in the runs that she requires. That girl, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, cannot be ruled out come this championship. I know there are a lot of stingers out there. And when I talk about stingers, I'm talking about athletes that are running very fast, that are younger, that are fresher. You know what I mean? But what Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce has is a lot of experience under her belt. And I certainly believe that Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce can go the extra mile to, probably disrupt some of these athletes in terms of what they would have projected. But it's going to be very difficult for her. Yeah, it's going to be difficult. But normally when Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce goes to a championship, you cannot rule her out. And I put it to all the naysayers that you cannot rule her out. Yes, because Shelly has been there. She has done that. Yeah, man, I know about the talk of her having what you'd call it, her legs probably they are not as fine as they were in recent years in terms of the mileage that she would have already put in her legs. Yeah, these athletes are more fresh, you know what I mean? So yes, these things I take into account. But when you look at it, with what happened to Kishane at the Paris Olympic, you have to take it into consideration where experience is concerned. Stephen Francis did say that once you're faster than me, then you should not be able to beat me. But I mean, Kishane probably was lacking in terms of experience where that is concerned. So certainly we have to take that into consideration. So Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce going into Europe to get acclimatized, to get some runs in, I think that is brilliant on the part of her team. So certainly I look forward to that and those runs from her. Where Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce is concerned, she has contributed several things towards this sport. And if nothing happens in terms of how she finishes in terms of a medal, I mean, she would not be defeated because Shelly has done so much for the sport and she has been there, done that. I think going into Europe as well is a good little send off for her. And then culminating at Tokyo is going to be even better. So with that said, I wish Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce all the best on this European preparation. I wish her all the best in these races to come. And of course, you know that we'll be giving you updates where that is concerned. We'll be telling you what is popping, what is happening. And of course, we will be giving you the results of that as well to keep you in the loop on what is taking place where our athletes are concerned. Yes, so with that said, people, big up yourself. Thanks for joining us. Until next time, stay safe. Peace.